Hi everyone, it is Fitz with the Daily Delivery. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, except I'm going to talk about my picks for Big 12 this week. That's not going great. I went 1-4 last week, which isn't good, but I got K-State. That was the one I got, so that's good. That's fine. Hey, this is a huge game for the Kansas State Wildcats. It might be the biggest game in the conference this week because K-State can earn a spot in the Big 12 championship game by beating Kansas when the two teams meet at 7 o'clock on Saturday night at Bill Snyder Family Stadium. The Jayhawks would love to spoil the party. I will have more on that in tomorrow's DD. I'm going to do a pregame DD since the game's at night. And I'll also have my keys to the game on Friday. And we'll have more coverage on Saturday morning too than we typically do. Let's get into the picks here. It's a really wacky week in the Big 12 because there's only one close spread. We'll get to that a little bit later. Let's start with Texas playing host to Baylor. Texas is an 8.5-point favorite. Texas is by far the better team when they want to play, but they took 2 weeks ago off. They played well against K-State, didn't play well against TCU, or maybe TCU was that good, and then played extremely well against Kansas. I say they beat Baylor, but Baylor covers and makes this competitive, so Baylor will lose by 8 or fewer points in this game. Next is Oklahoma State playing host to West Virginia, another 8.5-point spread. Oklahoma State as the home team is getting that. West Virginia as a road team stinks. If this game was in Morgantown, it would be one thing. But when West Virginia leaves home, they aren't very good. Oklahoma State, despite the injury issues and them falling off the edge of the earth after that K-State loss, will cover. Up next, TCU is a 10-point favorite at home against Iowa State. This line alone shows how competitive the Big 12 is. TCU is an unbeaten team ranked 4th in the college football playoff, playing the last place team in the conference. It's a 10-point spread. That isn't a commentary on TCU. It's a commentary on Iowa State and the level of defense with which the Cyclones play. Their offense stinks. That's the problem. They won't win this game. But I will take Iowa State to cover the spread. I think the Horned Frogs that have been so sharp all season long will lift their gaze slightly in this game and just get by with a single-digit win over Iowa State. The one close spread in the game, in the conference, this weekend is the Oklahoma Sooners at Texas Tech. OU is a 2-point favorite in this game, and I think OU has found itself. They're playing a lot better. They're going to give up some points here, but I think they win by more than 2. I don't feel good about that. I feel like this could be a game where Tech lights them up, but I think Oklahoma's kind of settled in a little bit. I think that win over Oklahoma State did wonders for them. And finally, Kansas State has the biggest spread of the week that says a lot about the Wildcats, and I don't think it's fair to Kansas. I think Kansas is being judged on how poorly they played last week against Texas. I think Jalen Daniels and company will be much better, but I don't see any way Kansas State doesn't win this game. Well, I see a way. I don't imagine it happens, and I also think K-State will kind of get it going. I don't think this KU team can outscore Will Howard and the Wildcats in a game of this magnitude at the Bill. K-State will cover that spread of 12 and win by more than 12 points, 13 or greater. That's it. I need a good weekend. Pray for my bets, if that's nice to say. I don't even know if you should say that. Pray for me. I got to do better. I need to do better. Thanks.